Daniel, you have an interesting case about a feud that escalated to the point that I think the audience could be shocked, maybe not in our industry.
Yeah. It's not every day that you have a long-term feuding situation. It was two neighbors, an upper and lower style unit in a townhome.
Let's go over the steps of what happened.
Okay.
Because it's funny how it escalated, or maybe not it's funny. So
Yeah.
one of the first signs of trouble, and of course you're getting communications on all this. They're trying to put you in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
And you told me that you did a good job responding and documenting and things like that. The first step was, I believe you said, missing trash cans.
One of the most upsetting things for homeowners when they go out and can't find their trash can. That was the first step. And then a few months later, you have a trash can, but now you have trash on your doorstep.
And these are all accusations between neighbor to neighbor saying, hey, Mary upstairs did this, or Bob below did this. So you went from a missing trash can to actually having trash on their front of their doors.
Yeah.
But then it even escalates to something even worse.
Yes, disclaimer, we love Tweety. So it's sad to say this. It was an email that came in. I have birds on my doorstep.
Dead birds.
Dead birds. So please send me a photo. She actually does send a photo, and I'm shocked.
And the premise is there's an accusation being made that the other neighbor had killed these birds in some manner and
Yes.
placed them on the front porch. And I think an interesting part of this story, which we didn't get to yet, is one of the neighbors had a bird feeder and had a love for birds.
Oh yes, in the midst of it all, it was an accusation that the homeowner did not have ARC approval to put the bird feeder in the yard.
So now you have a bird murder mystery going on, and possibly a bird serial killer situation in your neighborhood, and you're in the middle of it. You told me that obviously the police have been involved back and forth. You had photographic evidence of dead birds now
Yes,
on file,
yes.
which did you ever think you'd have dead birds in your file?
Never did I imagine that.
So you had this horrible situation where you're just trying to do your job.
Yes.
And you have these feuding neighbors, which it just sounds absurd, but I think a lot of people in our audience would actually believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
But it even gets a little bit worse too, because one of the other instances you said, and we're not going to talk about all of them, is one of the neighbors accused another neighbor of getting birds to fly up there.
Yes, the dryer vent. It was accused that a bird flew up there, that they put it there. I don't know how. I can't make a bird fly, can you?
And then you told me that there was also water situations where there was an accusation of a water incident that you also had to deal with.
Yes, that's another story for another day of a leak.
So these two individuals that were good friends at the beginning, who turned into almost something you would see in a movie, including the murder mystery. Has the bird murder case ever been solved?
We never were able to solve it.
Okay.
It's a cold case at this point.
All right.
But hopefully, it'll work out in the end, because you never want to see two homeowners going back and forth like that in a community. We're hoping that it does continue to subside, and over time they'll become good neighbors again.
Well, it's a great story, and I don't think anyone would believe it except for people in our industry. And thank you for sharing it.
Oh, you're welcome.